Hey guys, it's Cody with Final Fall. Today I'm going to show you how to make pigeon silos. Now these aren't perfect and they're not the prettiest, but they'll work. Basically I had a bunch of corrugated plastic sitting around my house and I thought I'm going to make some pigeon silos out of those. The problem is there are basically no tutorials on how to make your own pigeon decoys online. So as I kind of figured this out on my own, I'm going to show you kind of what I did. Alright guys, so to make these decoys, they're not pretty and they're definitely not perfect, but they're definitely good for a 30 to 40 yard view. First off, I had a bunch of this corrugated plastic, kind of the same stuff that you find in political signs, stuff like that. So if you have a neighbor that maybe has a leftover Bernie Sanders sign or something like that, that would be perfect for that. Next thing, after I've got all that cut out, right, and I have a stencil that I'm going to put in a link down below in the description for these. I've got one that's a feeder and one that's more of just a looker. The next thing that you're going to need is a stake. So what I decided to do is bamboo skewers. Now these skewers, you can buy them pretty much anywhere. They work pretty good. They stick in the ground nice. And they're 97 cents for 100 of them at Walmart. Super cheap. That's one of the reasons I decided to do this, because commercial pigeon decoys are not cheap, and I cut out about a dozen of them today, and I haven't finished painting them all yet, but I'm going to get to that in a little bit. So after you have your corrugated plastic, you have bamboo skewers. The next thing you need is your stencils, and I've got a black bar stencil and a white wing stencil here, and like I said, I'm going to have the full stencil and how you cut it out and everything in a link down below. And you just print out a couple copies of that and then you can do it. So for paint, it doesn't really matter what brand of paint you buy. Your background is going to be this primer gray, right? Always has to be matte, completely flat, matte finish, no shine. I think that's a given when you're making decoys. Second is going to be a flat white or a matte white. This is also a Paint Plus primer, and this one here is black, also flat. Can't say that enough. If you do shiny, it's going to ruin your decoys. So I'm going to kind of show you on this other one that I have over here how I got these painted up, and we'll go from there. All right guys, step one, got to get your primer, that nice gray, flat gray color. Okay, that's going to be your base coat, so you're going to paint the entire decoy like that. I laid this down for the video purposes, but if you put your bamboo skewer through it first, you can actually paint it while it's standing, do both sides at once. And we're going to let this dry, and then we'll get to step two. All right guys, so the next part of this is the white. All right, got this nice matte white. Basically, this is kind of an optional step. And I would definitely vary your pigeons. This is for the white wing base. We know that pigeons vary in color, and so I'm definitely going to do a few of these with just full gray backs and then black bars. And then I may even leave one just completely white with some gray intermixed. But to do this, I have this stencil, and I'm going to spray from this angle so it doesn't go underneath the paper. There. And then I also have this little spot right above the nose that I'm going to spray. All right, now that we've got that sprayed, we're going to go ahead and let it dry. All right, so I have now laid my black bar stencil on here. Now where I did this, and it's clear in the final stenciling, it's kind of right at the edge of the wing and right kind of at the back side of it there. So from there, once again, from this angle, not from the other side, I'm going to spray my black bars. And then I'm going to pull this paper off. And that gives you your basic shape. From there, Do a little bit of black on the tail and a tiny bit on the nose. And that decoy is done on one side. I got to do the other side, but that's the basic layout of it. So if you've ever wanted to make your own pigeon decoys, this is how you do it. The great thing about pigeon hunting is there's no limits, there's no season. You can hunt them all year long. So we try to do quite a bit of pigeon hunting, and hopefully I'll get a video of that up here pretty soon using these decoys that we just made. I have hunted over other homemade pigeon decoys, and I'm going to put up a tutorial on how to make those. I actually like those ones a lot because they're a little bit lighter weight and they move really well in the wind, and that really attracts the birds as well. And being that pigeons decoy a lot like ducks, I call this summer duck hunting. If you like this video, if you feel like this is helpful, go ahead and give me a like and subscribe to my channel. If you make these decoys and you end up killing pigeons over them, come back and let me know. I want to know if you guys are successful with this as well.